Hey, how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing amazing. So, today I plan on covering the basics of mothershipping. I'm going to cover how you get onto a mothership crew, what you're going to need to be able to go up and stuff and start doing it. And so, right off the bat, let's get into the basics of it and stuff like that. You're going to have to make contact with somebody that owns one of the ships that you can become a repair crew member on. Now that could be the Kronan, and then that's Granny that you're going to contact. The Varyag, you're going to contact Yoshi. Disi has a ship. I mean, there's a slew of people, and I can put the links to some of these people down in the information in this video and stuff like that. Now, one of the ways that you can usually get these contacts anyway is like talking inside of your societies and stuff like that. Disi has a hashtag Disi. You can go also into the space flights and space travel or the Team Varyag or the Team Kronan chat groups and stuff like that, which I'll try to put the at or hashtag link for them. And basically, you can contact a mothership person. You have to be placed onto the repair crew to be able to do mothership repairs. Currently, they're doing the gold rush, and so they're dropping all these crazy mobs. And I'll show you this mob real quick. And then we'll get the stuff that you're going to need. So look at this. I'm going to just do one throw on him, just in case they global. They didn't global, but obviously I had never attacked one of those Tagalasis before, and so they're checking out a bunch of random mobs over here. So some of the ships, a lot of the ships can summon you in. So if they're in the planet above you, once you get put on a crew, you can just be summoned onto a mothership, in which you need to be paying attention, and there'll be a little thing that asks you, do you want to be summoned? If it's not in the planet or the person that can do the summoning isn't on, you're gonna minimum need a Slipnir, and you're gonna need a space thruster to go into space, right? And so this space thruster is about to be burned out anyway, so let me pull it off. I'll put on a new space thruster. And so, sorry, it's really noisy over there. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need a repair tool. Now, reality is you're going to be starting out with one of these arcade zeros and stuff. They're great. They give you some good skills. I'm going to grab an RK20 for today's purposes because I'm going to be repairing a whole ship on my own pretty much. And then you're going to need some welding wire. Now, I probably don't need 90 ped in welding wire. Let's say I'm going to grab 10 ped in welding wire. I'm going to say that that's probably what I'm going to need for today's purposes. Now, there's always a shop somewhere that you can get all this stuff. See, boom, they're dominating it over here, right? We'll shoot past all these cool mobs that we're giving up the opportunity of kicking the crap out of. In all honesty, a little bit reluctant to do so, but we're going to bravely focus on our video. Now, after getting all the stuff you need, which is welding wire, a tool, and permission to be on a mothership, you're going to fly up into space. Now, it used to be that once you got permission on a mothership, all of the motherships that you had permission to be on all showed up as homes over here. That's no longer the case. As you can see, I have a home here, I have a home on this Starfinder, a home on that Pathfinder, and a home on the Saratoga. None of them show up as H's anymore because they still haven't fixed that. That's why being able to get into the chat and find out where the ship is kind of going to be an important thing, because you don't want to fly up to do a repair run and find out that somebody moved the ship to the other side of the solar system and stuff. Now, lucky for me, I happen to know exactly where the ship is, but I'm still going to teleport across to the ship. Luckily, using the teleporter in the space station. Let me remove this waypoint because that's not the one we're going to need. This waypoint I'm going to be using is the Skyfell nesting grounds. I actually really like them for skilling, for repair runs and stuff like that. The Varyag is one of the ships laying around here. I don't want to fly around trying to figure out which ship it is. And if it's in the area around your ship, um, or the space station, you're able to teleport across to any of the ships that you're able to um, that your crew on. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay, so I'm going to land real quick. Obviously, we're over Arcadia right now. And this is basically works the same no matter what planet you're over. The reason so many repair crews operate over Arcadia is because it actually has super convenient training grounds and stuff like that. And so there's almost always motherships and stuff like that in orbit above for the purposes of training runs. Disi also, they almost also have a training run, just for the record. So it looks like the Varyag is the only actual one in my zone right now. Boom. I'm going to teleport over to it. Now we're on the Varyag. I've just entered. It automatically pulls up the damage on the ships. The ship is currently at 0%. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to get into the ship's thing. And I'm going to let people know I'm repairing it and taking out. Okay, so I always let people know. I'm going to do the repair run real quick on this, and then I'm going to take it out for a repairing run. Everybody's welcome. So I'm going to start right here. This is the hangar. There is a reactor room. There is an engine room or propulsion, and there is the command bay. I'm going to equip my RK-25. And then obviously I burned out a few of them. And then we're going to start going to work on this right now. Looks like I have... Oh, they only let me have stacks of... Oh, good. Yeah. Boom. We're going to get to work on this. Now, because this gives a lot of good skills, and we'll go over that, I'm going to automatically get a skill pill up. Let me get that up first. Skill pill up so that we can get the extra points while we're repairing. So if you guys are wondering what skills you get for running an RK-25 real quick, because that's an important thing to know what I'm getting skill-wise, right? So you get intelligence at 5% of the effective skill percent. You get blueprint comp. You get vehicle repairing, you get vehicle technology, you get intuition, but you have to have that unlocked. You get serendipity, you have to have that unlocked too. You get electronics, which is super important, engineering, mechanics, and if you have scientist unlocked, you can get scientist also through this. And so the reason I'm mostly doing it right now is because I want more mechanics and electronic skill. I have a good amount of engineering, but I'm always going to take it. The blueprint comp is a bonus. The vehicle tech I also do like. And so if you're wondering what you get for this overall skill-wise, this is the skill breakdown of what you get. Now when I'm piloting the actual craft itself, I'm going to get a different breakdown of skills. I'm going to get a breakdown of piloting skills, and I'll show you those later on. Okay, so when you finally have a station repair, it's going to stop you and shut you down. As you can tell, we've got actually a lot of really good skills in this batch of repair right here. From the hangar, the next place we're going to go is propulsion. I'm going to show you guys how to get there. Now, you don't have to do it this way. In reality, I'm going to let you know that the next stations you can kind of just get to from each other. And so the hangar you need to repair like as you come into the hangar. But in all honesty, you could go up and repair command, then repair the reactor, and then repair propulsion, or you can just go to propulsion. And so we're going to just shoot down here, go to level 0, and then we'll come up basically stairs and stuff like that for the rest of the repairs. I got to make sure I'm going the right direction. I'm going to run down these stairs, and now we're in propulsion. Okay. Now the propulsion area, same deal. We're going to come knock out the repairs on propulsion. After that, we'll go up some stairs. We'll be at the reactor. After that, up the stairs from the reactor, and we're at the command center. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. See, as you can tell, we have got some electronics. We've got some vehicle technology, some engineering, blueprint comp, vehicle repair, mechanics, intelligence, and serendipity. And so all of these are excellent skills. Of course, I would like more of all of them. Man, I'm so proud of getting to 100 intelligence this year, by the way, you guys. But we'll let this baby go for a little bit, and then we'll move up to the reactor. Okay, so now that we've got that one knocked out, we're going to run over here. Run around the corner. And up this first one. This should open up to the bottom of a staircase right at the reactor. And so we just come back over here. Right click on it and start the auto tool use once more, racking up some more skill points. So at this point, you're simply going to walk up the next level of stairs, and the control room is going to be up here. So we'll go up here, boom. There's going to be doors on both sides of the reactor. Now, if you have the ability to pilot on the ship, which means you have pilot permission, you don't have to worry about this. But if you don't have pilot permission, this is when you're going to want to get onto the community chat and say, hey, I've got the ship almost repaired. I'm at the CC. Is anybody available to pilot? Because a pilot at about 50% CC repaired can start heading back out to a training ground, because by the time they get there, you'll probably have it repaired all the way. And then from there, while they gather the mobs and stuff like that, it takes a second to get enough mobs to overpower your repair crew anyway. And so from here, we repair this, and then we'll be heading out. Now, if you do want to become repair crew on a ship, it is pretty easy. You do have to work a little bit harder to get permission to pilot a ship and pilot it out. You get excellent skills, by the way, either way. I mean, it just is kind of nice to be able to go up, repair a little bit, and then pilot yourself out, get the skills from that, and come back and then repair some more. A nice level of control. Okay, so now that we're finishing up repairing the entire ship, it took a little bit over an hour with the RK-25. I'm going to let you guys know it's going to go a little bit slower without an RK-25. Now, if you have gunner rights or pilot rights and stuff like that, you can use these to access the guns and weapon systems of the ship. Right here, you're going to jump into the pilot system. The pilot seat requires you to have rights to be able to jump into the pilot seat. Now, we've already allotted for the ability for everybody to come up here and do stuff. I am flying to this training grounds right here, which is the Skyfell nesting training grounds. It's the one I preference personally. As you can imagine, it does take a second flight time to get there. It's not the quickest thing. You do fly through PvP space to a point, but not badly. And ships can fly out and meet you and fly into the hangar bay. If somebody does spawn in the ship while you're out on a run, they can, of course, get into the hangar and fly right out the back. And so that does make a nice little thing. The guns on the mothership are extraordinarily expensive to fire. It is neat to go out, get some heavy weapon experience and, you know, all that stuff. But I will tell you, I've done several hunts on a mothership. They're neat. It's a great experience. I've never done amazingly well on it, but that could just be me. So as for the skills, we got repairing the ship. We got vehicle repair. We got a chunk of that. We got serendipity. We got a chunk of that. We got engineering. We got a little of that because I have such a high engineering it moves slow at this point. Let's just be honest. We got some mechanics. We've got vehicle technology, in which we always want more of that. We've got blueprint comprehension, in which that moves super slow at this point, but we still got a chunk of it. We've got some electronics from our little skilling run. And we also were able to get some intelligence. Now a really micro amount that is immeasurable, in fact. But now we'll be flying out here, and then we'll engage some of these. And I'll show you some more of how you skill, and we'll watch the skills rack in from flying around and getting shot at. Okay, so as you approach the field, you're going to see the little triangles. Now those are the mobs. As you get closer to them, you're going to be able to see them. At this point, the pilot is going to attempt to gather up as many of these as he can. Now you get a ton of different skills from piloting through the mobs, and that's if you have avoidance unlocked, you get avoidance. You get obviously a mixture of defensive skills, and I'll kind of show you. We'll rack them up as we fly through here. I'll switch this to system. Now I'm going to let you also know each mob has an amount of skills they're going to give out. So like if we just stood here on this mob forever, it wouldn't continue to just keep giving skills forever. And so what you want to do is you want to grab them up, and we're going to try to grab as many as we can. That one's unreachable, which makes me worry that somebody's went through here already. See, we just got a little bit of intelligence right there. That's a good sign. Come on, start zip-zapping this. I'll get a bunch of these mobs rounded up and you'll have a better view of what we get skill-wise. Okay, so by the time you're about at this amount of mobs on you, it should be overwhelming the repair rate of the crew to a point. I mean, if they're all using RK-25s and stuff, they might be keeping up with this many mobs. But this is about the point that you would think that you'll start seeing a drop in the ship's hit points. Now, I currently don't have a repair crew on us, so we're already taking hits and stuff like that. Now, as you can see, I'm racking in skills, though. And these are everything from intelligence, avoidance, perception, computers, spacecraft systems, piloting, and I'll click this and we can look at it. We've got spacecraft piloting, spacecraft systems, avoidance, perception, computers, and intelligence so far on this. And so those skills are kind of nice to have. They'll rack up in here. As we fly forward, you can see them kicking off. And so what we're going to do is we're going to continue to fly around in here until you're about to 50%. Now at the 50% mark, you're going to want to start heading back to the space station. Sometimes before then, depending on how many mobs or how good a repair crew you have going on. And the reason why is because you can bring them back and you can turret them at the space station. As you get close to it, you'll actually, it'll kill all the mobs. But at minimum, fly them out of here and stuff like that, so they have to at least respawn and stuff like that. So that you don't have a bunch of dead mobs that don't have any skills left in them. Now, I'm going to pull over here and I'm going to show you that if you wanted to, and you have just a abundant amount of ped, you could take a loot pill. Find a loot pill. I'm going to use one of these. Okay, we've took it, we've ate it. Now I can kill these, and they have their own codex and stuff. All the space mobs do, just so you know. And so if you want to clear yourself off this way, you can also. And I'll show you how easy this is. Bring yourself on site, make sure it dots red. Fire 1, fire 2, just like shooting a normal gun. Because it's in space, it is better sometimes to be able to pick them up if you use the bigger loot pills and stuff like that. But I will also heads up you that space huntings can be super expensive. It also can be super profitable, but there are mobs that you're only going to get to hunt if you hunt in space, and so I know why we're not locking on that guy, so I'm not going to mess with him. But basically, you can go up into space to codex and hunt. So at this point, we're flying back towards the station, and as you can tell, I have a large swarm of mobs around me. In fact, we waited too long to leave, and so I'm barely going to be making it out of the zone before they blow up the ship. The trick is when you get your ship blown up, it's going to reappear at the nearest space station. Now, the thing is for us, the Arcadia space station's the nearest one. Now, you're going to want to wait till the spaceship blows up and fully disappears, as I'm about to show you. So there, we just got booted. The ship is about to blow up. Here's all our friendly mobs that have followed us all this way over here towards the planet. There's the ship exploding. And in 1 second, it's going to disappear. Now, it will disappear back to the space station. Now, once it vanishes, that's when we can respawn. If you respawn before then, you're going to respawn back to the space station. Not a big deal and stuff, because you can teleport over to the ship as soon as it actually spawns back at the space station. But now we'll respawn in the sick bay of the ship, just like that. And so it's a pretty simple process. If you're really skilled, you can scoot the ship back and get all the mobs killed. In all honesty, you can also get up out of the pilot seat and it will de-aggro the mobs from the ship. And so you can go out, pull the mobs out of the area, shoot them down, repair the ship, and go back in and turn it into an all-day thing if you want. There's different strategies with it. I feel it's very expensive to go in and do the whole I'm going to shoot down every mob all-day event thing, but skill-wise, it's epic. I'm going to probably end up having to go down and pick up more repair equipment because it looks like I burned through most of mine. But I think you guys see how it works. At this point, we just repeat the repair process. If we want, we fly back out. The skills I got from it, this electronics isn't one of them, but we got courage, avoidance, computers, spaceship craft systems, spaceship piloting, spacecraft weaponry. That was from firing the things. If we would have fired the guns more, by the way, you guys, we would have got heavy weapons and a whole bunch of that stuff too. I hope that helps you out. I will include the names of some of the ships and who you contact, or the channels that you can use to contact them. Outside of that, have an amazing year. Peace and very best wishes.